Sternum. Sternum is the single median bone placed on the anterior thoracic wall. Both the clavicles articulate with sternum, uniting the appendicular skeleton with the axial skeleton. Sternum comprises three parts: manubrium, body of sternum, and the lowest, the xiphoid process. Manubrium lies opposite T2 to T4 vertebra. At its upper border, it forms right and left sternoclavicular joints. These are synovial joints of saddle variety. Just below these, the costal cartilages of first rib articulate with the manubrium. On the side, the lower end of manubrium articulates with upper half of second costal cartilage. In the median plane, manubrium forms a secondary cartilaginous joint with the body of sternum. The anterior surface of manubrium on each side gives attachment to tendinous head of sternocleidomastoid muscle and pectoralis major muscles. The posterior surface gives attachment to sternohyoid and sternothyroid. Its lower half is related to important largest artery, the arch of aorta, and its three branches. These are brachiocephalic trunk, left common carotid, and left subclavian arteries. Body of sternum. Anterior surface on each side gives origin to origin of pectoralis major. In the middle part, it is subcutaneous. On each side, it articulates with lower half of second costal cartilage, and below that to the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and part of seventh costal cartilages. Posterior surface is related to parietal pleura on each side. The xiphoid process. It is the lower pointed end of the sternum. It forms a xiphy sternal joint in the median plane, becomes bony by 40 years. The seventh costal cartilage are attached partly to lowest part of sternum and partly to xiphoid process on each side. Attached to this is linea alba, and it gives origin to sternal fibers of the important thoraco-abdominal diaphragm. Manubrium sterni is subcutaneous bone and is used for bone marrow puncture for the diagnosis of difficult hematological disorders. Ribs are 12 pairs in the body, 12 on each side of the thoracic vertebrae posteriorly and sternum anteriorly. These are thin bones with a costal groove for lodging the posterior intercostal vein, posterior intercostal artery, and the intercostal nerve. The mnemonic is VAN, from above downwards. First to seventh ribs are vertebrosternal. They articulate with the vertebrae posteriorly and sternum anteriorly through the costal cartilages. 8th, 9th and 10th ribs are vertebrochondral. They only articulate with the costal cartilages. And 11th and 12th are vertebral only, though they are tipped by small cartilage, but their anterior ends are free. Parts of a rib. The rib consists of a posterior end, a middle shaft and an anterior end. The posterior end comprises a head, neck and a tubercle. The head has got two articular facets which are separated by an ridge. The neck is narrow and tubercle has got an articular part and a non-articular part. The middle shaft contains a costal groove on the inner aspect. The anterior end of the rib fits with the costal cartilage and that costal cartilage articulates with the sternum. The joints formed. The head of a rib articulates with two adjacent vertebrae. Head has got two facets, upper and lower. The lower happens to be the larger facet on the head. There are costal demifacets on the sides of a typical thoracic vertebra. These are along the upper and lower borders of the body of a vertebra. The lower larger part of the head of 8th rib, articulates with the upper facet of 8th thoracic vertebra. The upper facet of head of 8th rib articulates with the lower costal demifacet of the 7th thoracic vertebra. The ridge of the head articulates with the intervening intervertebral disc. These are costovertebral joints and are synovial joints of plain variety. The tubercle of the rib articulates with the facet on the transverse process of the numerically corresponding vertebra. These costotransverse joints in 3rd to 7th rib are concavo-convex. They allow rotatory movements of pump handle type, increasing the antero-posterior diameter of the thoracic cage. In the 8th, 9th and 10th ribs, these costotransverse joints are flat and allow gliding movements of bucket handle type, which increase the transverse diameter of the upper abdomen. Posteriorly, the rib gives attachment to the two muscles of the back. On the side, these give attachment to serratus anterior muscle from 1st to 8th rib. And external oblique from 5th to 12th ribs. along the upper and lower borders. Along the upper and lower borders, these give attachment to external intercostal from lower border of rib above to the upper border, outer lip of the upper border of rib below. The atypical ribs. These are 1st, 2nd, 10th, 11th and 12th. First rib is too distinct from the other ribs. It comprises outer and inner borders and upper and lower surfaces, and it articulates only with first thoracic vertebra. Neck of first rib is related to medially sympathetic chain and vein, that is posterior intercostal vein and artery, and first intercostal nerve. Along the inner border anteriorly, it gives attachment to scalenus anterior muscle. On the upper surface, anteriorly lies the subclavian vein, and behind the vein lies the subclavian artery and lower trunk of brachial plexus formed by ventral rami of C8 and T1 nerves. Finished. 2nd and 10th ribs articulate only with 2nd and 10th thoracic vertebrae.